So I'm back again with the engine management light fault back on the Corsa D. I've still got P0171 as the fault code, so I'm just going to look at the short-term fuel trim levels. Just got the graph operating there just to see if I can pinpoint any issues with that. I'm not 100% sure what I should be expecting to see on this, but if I can do a before and after, we might have a bit of a comparison. So I changed the O2 sensor probably a couple of weeks back now, week and a half, and it lasted about 2 days before the engine management light fault light come back onto the dash, and just seems to be intermittent. So let's do a bit of research myself on various forums and Google searches. Could be the fuel was it fuel pressure, fuel tank pressure relief valve, something like that. I'll confirm that in a little bit later, but again, we're just trying to identify exactly what the issue is. I'll just rev the car there. You should expect the fuel to start going up. All a learning curve, isn't it? So we'll take it from there and see how I get on and identifying this fault. Just do a little vid on some of these figures. So this is what we're looking at: fuel tank breather valve, whether or not that's the culprit. Again, I think we're going to struggle with clips. We'll just take that off. Ouch. Some of the most simplest of things to do are some of the hardest to do. That rubber pipe, oh, that's come off. So just remove that off there, sprayed a bit of WD-40. You've got to be careful with this because it's plastic manifold, so you can't put loads of brute force on that because you'll end up breaking that. WD-40's done the trick. Again, getting it off the valve is going to be a chore. But the enables that to come off there, probably makes it slightly easier. You've got to break the seal on the oh, I've got some movement. Yes. If you break that, that's at least 20 quid to get a new one of them. So we've got another green clip there. If that pulls out, does that make it any easier to do? Spins round there. Let's go and get another tool. Let's see if we can get that. It's going to be an idiot way to do that. Pushy. It pushes in. So you've got to pull that green clip out, push the white in, which releases it off that. That's got a diaphragm in there, so if that's one way. So if I can suck blow through each way, there's got to be something wrong with that. So I'm just gonna. That's the way it is. You've got an arrow there. So if I can blow from this side through, that diaphragm's got some sort of hole in it. Which I can't do that on camera, but you might be able to hear that. So that's got to have a small hole in that diaphragm. So we're going to swap that over. We'll check the part numbers. It's, so I've got a Bosch as a replacement, so there should be no issues with that. Reinstall that. That's my replacement. New one, so I'm just going to blow through that and just double check I've got nothing coming through that one. Which there is nothing. We may have found the culprit. I mean, they say they look identical. One's made in Germany and the new one's made in the Czech Republic. So I'm just going to put that in. Let's do reverse. We're going to clip that in. This has gone in. And push that. Make sure that doesn't come out, which it doesn't. I've got to remove that rubber thing off there. Goes there. Slide that on. Flip that back on. Sweet. So we're just going to go and plug the reader back in there and see if we've got any different graphs or readings on the displays. But that definitely had a hole in it. I could blow through that or suck through that. So nice one. So back in the car, that's the code that I've had. So we're going to erase this code. I'm going to erase that. I'm going to start the car and have a look, see what the graphs look like. We're going to go live data, enter. Let's give that a review the data. What that OL drive is that comes up on there. We've got a minus on the fuel trim on tick over. Revving the car up. 3,000 revs. Let's go through. I'm going to have to watch this back on the video myself, really, just to understand a bit more about how it's affecting the running of the car. We'll go onto there. Let's see what the graph is. That's the short-term trim for fuel. I mean, instantly that looks like there's bigger blocks. Let's say minus figure. We'll just rev the car. About 3,000 revs, something like that. So again, it definitely looks different from the graph before. Off the throttle, back down to some sort of normality as it tries to work out what it needs to do. And there we are with that. We'll just have a look at the long-term one as well. So we're entering on that. I think that's pretty much the same as what it was before. We'll just rev the car. Off the throttle. So apologies if I don't sound very good. I've literally had a blocked up nose for about 10 weeks now. which is becoming a little bit annoying. But okay, we'll leave it like that. We'll go back to the main menu on that a minute, and then we will go and have a look, see if we can open up that fuel tank relief valve and see if we can see the damaged diaphragm on that. Just going to see whether or not I can cut into this and see that diaphragm. Might be easier said than done, but it's sort of interesting to see what actually is inside these. But I've got getting it from the other side. Right, I'll be a couple of minutes. I've probably got to cut off this side. So the offending item was the fuel tank breather valve, throwing up that engine code of P0171. I've just stripped or broke up that valve just to have a look. That should have a diaphragm on it because you could blow straight through that. It's not there, it's completely disintegrated. So, as I say, this is on a 2014 1.4 Vauxhall Corsa. Try this fix first before you dive into anything else. As I say, use me as a guinea pig or a learning tool. I say I'm not a qualified mechanic, I'm just a driveway garage mechanic at home, to, you know, learning as you go, trying to work out bits and pieces. So I replaced the O2 sensor pre-cat because I did have knowledge of that on a previous car, which was my daughter's. So I've stuck with what I've known, and I've jumped straight into doing that to rectify the problem on this one, but obviously not. So this fuel tank breather valve I got from Auto Doc. It was about £26. So I would try this first before you say go anywhere else. I've spent £90 basically on an O2 sensor, which pretty much I probably didn't need to change, but you live and learn. If you're interested in any other Corsa videos, I've got a few on my channel, and also if anyone's interested in looking at a modified Vauxhall Corsa, please check out some of my other videos on that. But thanks for watching, and hopefully next time I've got rid of my cold or whatever it is that's blocking my nose up, and I sound a little bit better. Cheers guys. Oh, one last thing, obviously if this doesn't work and I get an engine management light come back up on the car, I'll do another video to try and find out whether or not we can fix it this time. Hopefully it's not third time of trying and this rectifies the fault completely. Thanks again.